All right, here we go. DJ Envy, welcome back to Vlad TV.
What's up, sir? Thank you for having me.
Man, a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot going on. You know, with me, I'd announced that I'm doing my most expensive interview ever. You know, everyone's trying to figure out who it is. Then I announced it's Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's a 4-hour interview. Everyone's excited. We're about to drop it. But no, Breakfast Club got to go and do Dame Dash.
Oh, man.
Where he has a meltdown on the air.
Oh, man.
And everyone's looking at that. Everyone's looking at that. Thank you, DJ Envy. I feel like you did it on purpose.
I'm sorry. We didn't know. We didn't know what to expect.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. The Tekashi interviews do great, by the way.
I see.
So, Dame Dash goes back to the Breakfast Club, and all hell breaks loose. Mm-hmm. Were you surprised in terms of what happened?
As far as what part?
Just everything.
No.
No?
No, I'm not surprised. Remember the first time he came on the Breakfast Club and he was
Right.
having this boss conversation. And for me, that really bothered me. And not because he was saying that people should be entrepreneurs, but he was, in my opinion, talking down on people who had regular jobs. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't like that. You know what I mean? Because the quote-unquote regular jobs are the jobs that support everybody.
Yes.
They're the ones that were buying Rockaway back in the day. I was buying CDs and tapes back in the day. So I never wanted to people to feel that having a job was less than. Mm-hmm. You know, it's always good to be an entrepreneur. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, but I have a job, and I have no problem with that, and I'm proud to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, your job is the Breakfast Club.
Correct.
You show up Monday through Friday, early in the morning until what, 10 a.m.?
10 a.m., yep.
Yeah, and you get paid nicely for it?
That's right.
I mean, CEOs are employees.
Exactly.
And if you're a CEO for a company you don't own, like every public company, you are an employee.
Well, if you look at it like this, when you talk bad about employees and not being a boss, LeBron James is an employee.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Who else? Any one of your favorite athletes are employees. Messi is an employee. All these athletes are employees. If
Correct.
you look at it, now they're entrepreneurs. LeBron's worth $1 billion, but he's also an employee.
Right.
Nothing wrong with being an employee, in my opinion.
You could do both. You could have a 9-to-5 job, and you could also have your own business on the side. And that's actually how I started my first business. My first business, I was working, and I was building up money, and I think I built up enough for maybe 6 months of my expenses. Mm-hmm. And then I started my own company, which was the tech staffing company back in like 97, I think. And I said, look, I got 6 months to make it work. If this doesn't work, I'll go back to my job.
Pivot, right.
And it worked, luckily, but it could have not worked. And I went back to my employee job, and that's fine.
That's right.
Well, he said a lot along the way. He accused you of having a RICO.
Yeah, I heard that.
Let me hold one of your cars, when you get locked up for your RICO. You know what I mean?
I heard that. I don't know where he gets his information from.
I don't either.
I mean, I seen somebody online, he was breaking it down, which was all wrong. There's actually a dope lawyer, and I don't know her Instagram, that broke it down from the criminal aspect of what it really means when you really read it. And she broke it down amazing. But sometimes it just makes no sense to reply to just foolishness.
Yeah, a lot was actually said. Charlemagne started calling him Debt Dash.
Debt Dash.
His label would be Debt Jam.
Debt Jam, yeah.
He accused Charlemagne of being gay.
Yeah.
Which Charlemagne wasn't bothered by.
No, but this is the thing, and this is where I can tell sometimes people don't watch The Breakfast Club. Charlemagne and myself joke all the time.
Yeah.
Everything. So there's nothing that you can say about any one of us that's really going to affect us or hurt us. So for us, that's just jokes. And if you listen to The Breakfast Club, I call Charlemagne gay all the time. He calls me gay all the time. We call each other, we're the gay best friends. So nothing ever bothers us.
Look, there's a viral video of an interview I did with Ari Spears that got edited in such a way that makes me look like I watch gay porn, which I don't. Mm-hmm. But it got chopped up in a way. I'm actually talking about Kanye. Uh-huh. But it makes it look like I watch it. And I just laughed. I'm like, this is funny. I'm not gay. And, I think you're only bothered by a gay accusation if you're actually gay. And you're trying to, hide it.
You're trying to prove something.
Right.
I've been married 24 years.
Call me gay all day long. I reposted it. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Charlamagne's been married, I think, 13, 14 years. He's been with his wife since college. I've been with my wife since high school. I got 6 kids. He gets 4. Like, it's jokes at this point. We don't care.
Right. He calls Charlemagne a poor role model for black men. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
I think that's laughable. I mean, you could love, or hate Charlemagne, but if you really look at some of the things that Charlemagne does for his community, it's actually very inspirational, right? The things that Charlemagne does, it makes myself, as somebody that does give back, want to do more. The scholarships, the endowments that he does at his mother's alma mater, what he does, the backpack giveaways for mental health. He's on the board of the African American Museum in South Carolina. What he does for his state. He does so much for people. He is definitely, and I ain't got to say this, but he's definitely inspiration for most. And what he does to give back is way past what anybody else would do. So when you hear stuff like that, you know that comes from a place of hate.
Yeah, he accused Charlemagne of having a crush on Jay-Z.
I seen that.
He said, did you buy that shirt? You know, Charlemagne said, yeah, I support black business. Oh, you know, you're either getting paid by Jay or you have a crush on him.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I really don't know what that is. I mean, Jay is somebody who's an amazing businessman. I mean, the man is worth over $1 billion.
He's an icon in hip-hop.
And I think we support a bunch of black businesses out there. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I love the fact that you support Rock Nation and he supports Emory Jones. He supports all those people. I don't have a problem with it because he supports me. He has a crush on him. What does that sound like to you?
Hating.
Exactly.
Hating. And I remember one of the funniest parts, because I watched the interview this morning, you know, all the way through. And, you know, like, I think Charlamagne's like, well, you're being a chatty patty. He's like, no, I'm talking about someone I know, someone you used to know. I just fell out.
But if you really watch that interview and really break down all the things that he said, you talk about a hypocrite. Yeah. He'd be like, oh, you're a chatty patty. I don't ever talk about everything. But every interview he does, he's talking about everybody else.
Yes.
Like, it's the biggest chatty patty. And the sad thing about Dame is you look at Dame's peers, right? Everybody he was been in this industry with, right? And remember, I was a DJ. I used to ask for Rockefeller Records, put on my mixtapes and all this other stuff.
Yeah, me too.
You've seen all the things that he created or he's done or been part of. But now you look at his peers, right? Whether it's Jay, whether it's Kevin Liles, whether it's
Cameron,
Kanye. Whether it's Kanye, whether all the things, people he was around. And everybody else is doing great. He doesn't look like he's doing that great to me.
Even Biggs is doing well.
Biggs is doing well.
Yes.
Like, they're all of them.
Yes.
Right? Now,
he's doing the worst. Let's just call it what it is. Look, me and Dame had a falling out years ago over something dumb. It was just something dumb. And I was going to keep it between us and plan on working it out with him later on. But he goes to the internet with it. He goes and makes a video and posts it about our conversation. But I'm the chatty patty.
Well, that's the new thing that he does now because he's creating content, right? He's trying to get his network off the ground and get it flowing. So he's creating the content and doing all these interviews. But like I said, it just, in my opinion, it just looks bad. Like, we want to remember Dame from Rockefeller, from creating the big organization that had artists like the State Property, Memphis Bleed, Cameron, Hove. We want to remember Rockaware. We want to remember those movies he produced. We want to remember that. But that's not where his legacy is leading him towards. It's not looking that great for him.
Yeah. He said something interesting. He said, we're talking about Charlemagne. He said, I can punch you in the face right now like a grown man and you won't do shit. If we were on the street, you wouldn't be talking like that. I would have fucked you up. What I'm saying is when you interrupt me and say certain things where I'm from, the masculine man will fuck you up. But I never got the impression that there's going to be a fight in the studio.
No.
Charlemagne just stood there and was like, okay.
No. Nobody was concerned. Nobody thought no fight was going to happen. I mean, this conversation. But this is the thing with Dame. If you follow Dame, right, whether you follow Dame when he had his radio show or you watch some of the old backstage stuff, Dame likes to snap on people, right? It's clear.
Yeah, he says snap on me. Yeah, when we're together.
You cry.
Yeah, but the thing is about snapping is that I think that should only come when you have a certain level of relationship and familiarity with a person. You meet someone and they start snapping on you, that automatically puts the relationship in a weird space.
Dame snaps on everybody, right? We've seen it. He snaps on everybody.
That's why I initially really didn't like being around him, because I'm like...
He snaps on everybody, right? So, but now he could give it, but he can't take it, pause, right? Because he could give it all day. But when it started coming back to him, it started bothering him to the fact that if you really think about it, I'm sure if you go to Dame's Instagram right now, he's still talking about a Breakfast Club interview that happened 3 weeks ago.
Look,
like the point where you got to say, my house is bigger than yours. My view is bigger than yours. Like, that is so childish.
You replied, though. Yes, you did.
I replied in the
you posted your view, right?
Well, I was in Greece.
Oh, okay.
I was in Greece.
I'm like, that's not his house.
No, I was at Greece.
Your house. I'm like, that's not his house.
I was at Greece at my daughter's engagement.
Okay.
When he's going crazy, I'm like, okay, show me your view. So I showed the view, a beautiful yacht. I was in Greece with my family, but no, I would never show him my views. You've been in my house before. I'm sure if worse come to worse, you could tell him whose views look better.
I mean, it's a beautiful house. It's not really like, it doesn't overlook the ocean or anything. But it's
in
a
Jersey.
beautiful home. Yeah, it's in Jersey.
If I owned a house in Florida,
Right.
in a town where nobody knows, yes, I could have a view on the lake too. But it's not about the views. Like, we're not going back and forth about views, man. This is
Right.
I just want him to do well, man. I want him to be great.
The funny part is, this is the first time I've ever seen this on the Breakfast Club. He actually had to tap someone in. Like near the end of the interview, he's like, but let my OG talk for me.
Right.
It just got a little too hot for him, it seems.
Right. And that was part of it. He called Wendy Williams Charlemagne's OG.
Right.
And that was
Which
his
is
OG.
true.
No,
but that's true. And there's nothing wrong
OG
with
in
that.
the industry, I guess, brought him
Yes.
into the industry.
Not
But the
OG
thing-
on the street.
Yeah,
I mean,
the thing with OG is OG had a story, right? And what OG was talking about was real. Like, he lost his wife. He does stuff for the community.
Correct.
He wasn't talking none of that nonsense. He wasn't talking none of that
he was
other
a voice
stuff.
of reason in that
He was a
room.
voice of reason in there.
Yeah.
But not only that, he was trying to get people to come to Harlem, and I think it's Heaven in Harlem that they do, where they bring people together. The mayor comes and they give back. That's what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about none of that other bullshit.